How dare you ask such a question?
How dare
Sir
you?
Carmichael.
What's up guys, Amage's back with a new episode of Agatha Christie's ABC Murders. So, this dude is waiting for us. I forgot his name, to be honest. Let's check him out. He's always drinking. Is he drinking alcohol again?
This man is tired.
And that, yeah, that definitely. Crumpled clothes. He's not shaved. And he has dark circles. Yes. Called it before it popped up.
Donald is short of sleep, and it looks as if he didn't even bother to undress before going to bed.
Okay, so let's talk to him.
Mr. Poirot, I don't know why I'm here.
Become impatient with his indecision, accuse him of being guilty, reassure him about the fact that he will be listened to.
You wanted to talk, and you came to find the only man capable of hearing.
Mr. Poirot, since Betty's death, I've doubts about myself. I don't know what to do. And I keep having a horrible dream 3 nights in a row.
What kind of horrible dream? Find out that it's not a psycho in a analyst's office. Become impatient and encourage him to continue.
Have a drink, and tell me about this dream.
Oh, need to.
It's always the same. I'm on the beach with Betty. I grab her round the throat, and I squeeze, and squeeze until she's dead. Her head falls back, and I see that it's no longer Betty. It's Megan's face.
Have you seen Megan Barnard recently?
Yes, our grief has brought us together. I never really knew her before. She's really quite a remarkable girl. But I would never tell her about my dream.
Why not?
Why not? Is it her you are attacking in your dream?
No, it's Betty. And once Betty is dead, it's Megan's face that appears in its place.
Very interesting. Let us now
Very
try
interesting.
and get our brain cells to work.
Yes, let's do exactly that. So, how should Donald's dream be interpreted? Like, well, his girlfriend's dead and he immediately jumped to another one. So, material proof. The two murders were premeditated and were carried out by the same murderer. That's not what the dream is telling us. Donald was very much in love with Betty, I think. He was a violent man. He does not kill Megan in his dream. Donald is tired. Well, I would put this away. I'd say he feels guilty about it and No? Then that. What? Fuck off. He feels guilty about... Oh no, about killing Betty. He didn't kill her. That's not what I meant. He likes her. Ah. Alright, Donald is starting to have feelings for Megan and he feels guilty about abandoning Betty.
Mr. Fraser, I think that the real meaning of this dream is that you are in love with Megan Barnard.
Please go on. Do?
This dream certainly betrays your guilt.
Oh.
But what do you feel guilty about? Having killed your fiancé? Possible. Or forgetting her very quickly for her sister? Certainly. And this forgetting is perceived as a second death.
So you don't really think I was the one who killed Betty?
I do not exclude this theory. I am simply saying that I do not need to know that fact to explain your dream and your guilt.
Thank you for being frank, Mr. Poirot. You've helped me a great deal. I'm going back to Bexhill. I'll not take any more of your time up.
It is late, Mr. Fraser, and you are tired.
I'll sleep on the train. I like trains. It's easy to sleep rocked by the sound of the wheels.
Poor boy, he seems completely lost.
Well, women seem to like him. I think Megan will take care of him. Oh, I remember. Did you order the product I needed?
Yes, we'll be receiving it tomorrow.
Bien, it is late, and I asked Miss Grey to come tomorrow morning. I have a few questions I wish to ask her. Mademoiselle, I asked you here in order to answer a very important question.
Remind her that she did not see anybody on the day of the murder. Why do I have to remind her of this fact? I mean, she should know if that's the case. Accuse her of having lied, accuse her of being the killer's accomplice, accuse her of being... I have no idea why she lied, but I would go with accuse her of having lied.
You lied to us, and I demand to know why.
But what are you talking about?
Yet, Lady Clark maintained that she saw you talking to a stranger on the front doorstep.
Really? She must have been mistaken. Oh, I remember now. I'd forgotten all about it, but it wasn't important. It was just a salesman. One of those traders who sell stockings from door to door.
Can you describe him?
Medium size? Glasses? Dark suit and a felt hat? Not the sort of man you notice. Completely harmless. That's why I forgot all about him.
Nothing else?
Is that
He was
so?
very hesitant and shy. Usually door-to-door salesmen are very confident, but he wasn't.
Indicate that she lied about leaving Justin, ask whether she resigned of her own free will, point out that her departure is suspicious. All three of these.
You did not leave Justin willingly, I believe.
I don't wish to lie. Lady Clark did not appreciate my presence. And Franklin could not go against the wishes of a sick lady. He is a good man, and he worries a great deal about his sister-in-law.
I noticed that you left some personal belongings behind at church.
Ask if she will collect, if she will return. Say that the objects presented a risk.
It was too risky for you to keep these objects, am I correct?
Risky? What was the risk?
Accuse her of holding the murder weapon. Say that the curse of the dragon is on her. Say that Lady Clark would have accused her of theft. Yeah.
You know very well what Lady Clark might have said if you had kept these objects.
Indeed. These objects were gifts. But Lady Clark would have been convinced that I'd stolen them. By returning them, I put an end to such evil gossip.
Bien. I must ask you one last question. Please reply frankly with either yes or no. If Lady Clark had died, would you have agreed to marry Sir Carmichael if he'd asked you?
How dare you ask such a question?
How dare
Sir
you?
Carmichael treated me just like his daughter. And all that I ever felt him was affection and gratitude, nothing else.
Thank you, mademoiselle. I will not keep you any longer.
I met Thora Grey on the stairs. Her cheeks were ablaze, and she appeared to be deeply hurt. Poirot, have you offended the poor girl again? Do you have good reasons for accusing her?
I accused her of nothing, Hastings. I simply asked her an important question she did not answer. Let us see if we can answer it for her. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Let's try. Would Thora have married Sir Carmichael if he had lived? Thora Grey stayed behind to settle Sir Carmichael's affair. Sir Carmichael's club was closed. Had offered Thora a brooch. Thora likes Franklin. It sounds like something a little kid would say. Thora likes Franklin. Thora is evasive about her relationship. That's a good indicator. Thora is a seductress. He found her charming and... What? Come on. Come on. Why? Thora wanted to be married and certainly would have succeeded in doing so. I don't get the logic
You must
behind
know
this.
how to read between the lines,
The first
Hastings.
ones would have been
When
so
Sir
much
Carmichael
better.
refers to paternal affection, he's lying to himself.
But okay.
Read this engraving on the brooch. A dark dragon for an angel with glossy hair. These are the words of a lover, not a father. Lady Clark was not wrong.
What if Sir Carmichael had fallen in love with his secretary? That doesn't mean that she forced him to do so.
True, there are extenuating circumstances. She is a penniless orphan. But she is calculating. Just look how she avoided it when asked if she would have married Clark.
I see. You think she seduced Sir Carmichael for her own gain, and that now she is doing the same with his brother. Poirot, your world is a very dark place.
Do not get carried away, mon ami. We have another more important matter to settle.
Really?
Yes, would you believe that Miss Grey taught me something new? Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Thor's hammer. Nice. Is there another common point between the murders? No object of value for sale in this shop. Miss Asher personal effects, a stocking box, and an account book. The murderer is a seducer. I've tried so much already. What? Before each murder, the victim or someone close to them were in a situation where they could buy stock. What are the
It's perfectly
fucking
clear,
hell?
Hastings. Perfectly clear. Indeed, a stocking seller visited Andover,
What?
Bexhill and
This
Churston
is
on the
so
day of
not
each murder.
relevant.
We have our suspect. This should be of interest to Job.
What? This is so not logical. Please explain. If you have the answer why this is logical, explain it to me in the comments. Seriously, I really don't get it.
Poirot, since my return, I see that you have fewer grey hairs than when I last saw you. How is that possible?
Mon ami, I am sure that you will find the explanation all on your own.
He plucked them, probably. What's my telephone job? Alright.
Chief Inspector, we are looking for a stocking salesman.
I see you have a suspect.
Yes. Contact all the stocking wholesalers who may employ him.
Your suspect is a salesman?
No, he does not take orders. He sells door to door.
Right. The hunt is on.
The hunt is on.
Are you leaving, Mr. Cust?
Yes, I'm going to Cheltenham.
You shouldn't travel today. You don't look very well.
I have to. I have engagements. I must respect them.
Can you get the post, Hastings?
And why don't you go and get it yourself?
Très bien. What's going on? I've never known Hastings to be so disagreeable.
What is wrong with you, dude?
Are you collecting the post, Poirot?
Since you won't move your lazy ass, I guess yes.
Poor Mr. Poirot. I'm quite sorry for you. If at first you don't succeed, try again. We've a long way to go still. Typery? No, that comes later. Letter T. The next little incident will take place in Doncaster on September 11th. So long. ABC.
If we have to do
I
the
should compare
stupid
this letter with the
Oh,
one on my
let her
desk, which I
compare
received
shit
earlier,
again.
to
I
see
just
if it
wanted to
does
say it.
indeed come from the same person.
This is so stupid. We know that I can see it already. The I, the A, the fucking W.
Poor Mr. Poirot.
Yeah.
Hastings, for your hair,
Yes.
there exists an accessory, how shall I say, that can be fastened to the scalp and covered with your own hair. Let me be quite clear, it is not a wig.
Come on, Poirot, I'm not losing my hair. It's just thinned slightly.
How old is he? How old am I? I don't want to talk about it. Let's compare the letters, because we don't fucking know if they're from the same typewriter. Seriously.
Let us examine this more closely.
Do I really
Yes.
need find the same
That's
fucking
right.
word?
The A characters in the two letters do indeed have the same defect. I have to find some other similar defects to confirm my theory.
Okay. Oh yeah, the small W.
Of course. I have to find some other similar defects to
confirm my theory. Like,
Yes, this I... Yes, the I characters in the two letters do indeed... My theory was right. These two letters were written with the same typewriter.
surprise! What a surprise! I'm surprised. Are you surprised?
Hastings, he strikes tomorrow. Chief Inspector Japp?
He's on another line. Can I take a message?
Yes, please, mademoiselle. It is from Hercule Poirot. Tell him ABC strikes tomorrow in Doncaster. He must call me back.
Very well, sir.
Bien, now I'm going to see what I can find from these burnt documents. I've received the product I need. Hastings, if you do not mind, I would like you to take a few notes.
Yes, yes.
What is it with him? Why is he so pissed?
If someone has tried...
Where? How? Seriously?
So, how are you getting on?
Now, down to work.
Down to work.
All of this needs putting in order a little.
Really? Do I need to puzzle now? Oh boy.
This page is finished. That's done. 3 more to...
3 more to go.
This page is child's play. This page is finished. And that's 2 done.
It's easier than I thought, yeah. Kinda. I have to be honest, I expected it to be a lot more complicated as well. Come on, you fit in there. Oh, that's the top.
This page is finished. Only 1 more.
Only 1 more. Almost got it. So.
It's so
It's so simple.
This page is finished. All the pages are reconstructed.
I crumbled everything together again. Okay.
A bottle of solvent.
Yeah. Use it.
A dry cloth. A bottle of solvent.
Now he's doing it. Okay.
The cloth is... Got it! Make a note, Hastings, make a note. Mrs. Alice Asher, shop owner in Andover. Tracheitis, hemoptysis, prescribed laudanum.
I got it. Look. Poirot, where on earth did you find these files?
On a fire at the bottom of the garden at campsite.
All right, but where did the person who burned them find them?
That is a really good question. So what's our task? Read the reconstructed documents.
Poor Mr. Poirot.
Okay, that's not the reconstructed documents. Oh, there they are.
Alice Asher, shopkeeper in Andover. Tracheitis, hemoptysis, chronic cough with lots of blood. Prescribed laudanum-based cough medicine. Betty Barnard, waitress in Bexhill. Chronic bronchitis causing dysphonia. Advised to stop smoking. Alexander Bonaparte Cust. War wounded, mustard gas and head trauma. Pulmonary emphysema. Hemoptysis. Coughing fits with blood. Suffers from absences and amnesia. Dick Dudley Dunbar, owner of the Black Swan Hotel in Doncaster. Asthmatic, heart disease, heart condition. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Now we know who's the next victim. Where do the burnt documents come from? All the victims suffered from throat afflictions. Sir Carmichael's medical records have been consulted recently. And... well, she saw a salesman. Really? Alright, documents come from Dr. Clark's patient records. Cortex.
The burned documents are medical records, and without a doubt they come from Clark's archives. First of all, because all the patients have throat conditions. And secondly, their name starts with either A, B, C or D, and it is precisely the files that match these letters that have been tampered with.
But why burn these files? How come the names of the two victims appear on them? And who are the two other patients?
These are very good questions.
These are very good questions. Phone rings. But we know now who's the last... who'll be the last victim, because there was a name with double
I've
D.
finished with this subject.
Awesome for you.
Hello, Poirot?
Any news, Chief Inspector?
You wanted a stocking seller? We have one. Reported by his landlady, who thought he was behaving suspiciously. He has the most unbelievable name.
Alexander Bonaparte Cust.
Alexander Bonaparte Cust.
Yes, Alexander Bonaparte Cust? How did you guess? Poirot, you have magical powers. It's a serious lead. I called Doncaster. A person matching Cust's description has been seen at the station. He got off the train from London, but after that, nobody knows where he went.
Indicate the Black Swan Hotel. Say to search all of Doncaster, Gingercat. Well, Black Swan
Look for
Hotel.
him at the Black Swan Hotel.
What? How do you know he's there?
Trust me, Chief Inspector.
Trust
You
me.
appear to be very sure of yourself. Very well. I'll call the Black Swan straight away. The owner is going to get a shock when he learns that there's a murderer under his roof.
Should we call? Let's call ourselves.
Chief Inspector, I would rather call myself.
As you wish. Please go ahead.
Hello, the Black Swan. Hercule Poirot here. May I speak to the owner?
Speaking. Dick Dudley Dunbar. How can I help you?
Is there Mr. Cust among your guests?
He arrived today. Shall I call him for you?
No, it is you I wish to speak with.
But who is this Cust?
Ask if he has heard about the investigation.
Have you heard about the ABC case?
Oh, yes. I must say I'm not all that reassured. What with my name starting with D and all that.
You're in danger. Beware of your guest.
Do you think that Cust might be dangerous? Oh, I do hope you're wrong. He seems so harmless, you know. Oh, yes, completely harmless.
Well, he's dangerous.
Do not be fooled. He has already killed 3 people and you are next.
A murderer? Under my roof? Good God!
Dunbar, can you hear me? Dunbar! Hello? Dunbar has had malaise. That's all we needed. I'm calling the Doncaster police. I hope they get there quickly.
Hello, Poirot. We have some good news. The police in Doncaster have caught our man at the Black Swan Hotel. They're sending him here by train.
How is the hotel owner?
He had a heart attack. He was taken to the hospital.
Oops.
Oh no. It is my fault. When I told him the killer was at his hotel, I should have been more considerate.
We gave him a fucking heart
You
attack.
weren't to know he had a weak heart.
Oh shit,
But
I didn't
should have
fucking
known.
read this.
I saw his medical records.
Do not torture yourself, Poirot. His attack was not fatal thanks to the quick intervention of the ambulance team.
Please keep me informed on his progress.
You can count on me. I'll do what's needed.
I
That
will visit him
wasn't
at his
my
bedside
fucking
when the
plan.
murderer is
I
caught.
didn't want to
That's
kill him.
typical of you, Poirot.
Oh
You
boy.
should focus on the next part of the investigation in order to avoid other incidents.
No, of course.
While
Well,
we're
okay,
waiting
yeah,
to
he's
question
not
Cust,
bad.
we could
He just
search
got
his
a
room in
small
London.
heart attack.
Where does he live?
The Marbury guest house?
I'll see you there.
Yes, but start without me. First of all, I have to sort out a few details for Cust's transfer.
I understand. À bientôt. Hastings, we are making good progress. Please go and search the room of our number 1 suspect.
With pleasure. I did have a dentist appointment, but I'll cancel.
The dentist. So that is why you were so nervous and bad-tempered.
A visit to the dentist is never an enjoyable prospect.
But an unavoidable one. Go to your appointment, Hastings. I will manage on my own. To Marbury Guest House, please. Marbury. There is a very pretty village by this name, in Cheshire.
Huh.
I've been going past this modest guest house for so long. I would never have thought that the ABC case would lead me here.
Well, you never know. You never know. Okay, that's all? Okay. Let's head in. Everything's so orange all of a sudden. Holy shit.
It looks like I've found the real master of this house. There is no need to worry about the household cat. I'm sure that Mrs. Marbury lets it do what it pleases.
How do you do? You must be Mr. Hercule Poirot. Chief Inspector Japp told me that you might be coming.
Tell her that she's of great help.
Madame, you may be of valuable help to me.
It would be my pleasure to help you. Will there be some journalists there as well?
I think you might even be interviewed. You are key witness.
I've suspected him for some time, but he appeared so harmless. Oh yes, sometimes he got angry and waved his arms about. But even then, he wasn't frightening. And he was as gentle as a lamb again immediately afterwards. It was only this morning that I understood. He told me he was going to Cheltenham, but my daughter saw him at Euston Station. It's not the right station. To get to Cheltenham, you have to take the train from Paddington. And what's more, Mr. Cuss left behind an ABC with Doncaster underlined. As you can imagine, when I saw that, I called
Really,
Scotland
what a
Yard.
beginner. Congratulate her for her observation. Ask her how she knew about the ABC. Well, it's probably all over the news.
Well done. You were right. He did go to Doncaster.
So I was right to warn the police.
Tell me, did you have any other reason to suspect Mr. Cust?
Well, he's odd. Sometimes he coughs really loudly and complains that his throat is burning, and sometimes he talks to himself and stares into space. He told me that it was because of a wound he got in the war. His head hasn't been quite right since, he said. And then he was in Churston when that millionaire got murdered. I found his train ticket when I washed his coat. He didn't want me to wash his shirt. He washed it himself. But I did see big brown stains on it.
Let's ask what it was.
Where were the stains on the shirt?
On the collar and on the buttonholes.
Oh,
Cut
where?
used to travel for his work. Is that correct?
Shit, I thought he wanted to ask
it wasn't
what.
for pleasure. He was always unwell on trains. But he had to sell his stockings around England. I have to respect my engagements, he used to say.
Do you know where Cust was at the time of the murder in Andover and Bexhill? On June the 21st and July the 25th?
No, I don't know. That was a while ago, you know.
But surely you keep a register.
It won't do you much good. Mr. Cuss rents his room for the year. If he goes away for a few days, I have no reason to make a note of it. Ah! I remember one thing. Bexhill's by the sea, right?
Indeed. It is a large seaside resort.
Well, as it happens, at the start of July, Mr. Cust asked me to repair his bathing dress. Suspicious, huh?
Let's ask her
Very
to
interesting.
continue.
Please continue.
I also forgot to say that he started buying newspapers that talked about the case.
That's not very suspicious.
Which newspapers?
The evening ones and the daily ones.
That will be all for now. I'm going to take a look at his room.
Take the key on the counter.
I should check the register. Mrs. Marbury may have been hiding something from me.
You never know.
I don't think my register will help you. Mr. Cuss rents his...
I want to check it anyway.
The truth is becoming apparent, and I have something to say to Mrs. Marbury.
What? What did he make of it so fast?
This woman appears to be in a good mood.
Well, she caught a murderer. Almost.
Mrs. Marbury is in a good mood. She's working very precisely in producing incredibly thin peel. Mrs. Marbury, if I am to believe the register, you rented room 306 to a certain Mr. Fishman on the day of the Bexhill murder. Room 306 is Cust's room. Can you explain yourself?
Yes, I remember. Just for one night as a favour. Mr. Cust was away, all my other rooms were taken, and poor Mr. Fishman had nowhere to go.
Well, that is illegal, but you know what? Come on.
It doesn't matter, provided that you remembered to change the sheet.
Oh, do you think so?
Alright.
Mrs. Marbury is in a good mood.
Yep.
She's working very
Yeah.
precisely in producing incredibly thin peel.
Oh, good. So, let's head upstairs. So, fix. All good.
Trousers, white shirts. Everything has been washed very well. The Bexhill daily paper, dated from the day of the Bexhill murder. Most probably the basting dress repaired by Mrs. Marbury's expert hand. All the main articles referring to the ABC case are here, from the Churston murder onwards. Nothing before that date. ABC guides, enough to sign about a dozen murders.
Good thing we got him early.
Laudanum Cameron's chemists. Laudanum, a medicine for coughs. It is what Dr. Clark prescribed for Mrs. Asher. This subject will probably be useful to me. Diethyl barbituric acid, Johnson Company. I know this medicine. It is a powerful sedative. This subject will probably be useful to me. How hopeful. This place is a real mess.
Oh, come on. Really? Really?
The least we can say that Mr. Cust is not very concerned about order and balance. War of 1914-1918. By the King's order, the name of Corporal A.B. Cust, Devonshire Regiment, was published on the London Gazette on May the 10th, 1918, as mentioned in a dispatch for gallant and distinguished service. An army dispatch, wounded on the Somme front, victim of a gas attack. Corporal Cust greatly deserves his distinction.
There's the typewriter.
It's an ABC.
This
A
is a
long-bladed
knife.
knife. A murderer's weapon. This subject will probably be useful to me. Cust is parsimonious. He keeps his pencils and sharpens them until there is nothing left. It is clear that he did not grow up in luxury. John Milligan, Managing Director, Silky Legs, Frederick Street, Leicester. To A.B. Cust, Marbury's Guest House, 1935, May the 21st. Dear Sir, further to our letters dated 5th and 10th of the month, we confirm we are you as door-to-door salesman, according to the conditions stated in our previous letters. We will send you the articles by mail and also a Redfield typewriter you will be using for every business. Regarding the schedule of your rounds, please do as following. June 21, Andover. Arrive by train the 20th in the evening and get a room at Station Hotel. Start your turn in the north part of the town. This letter establishes that Cust went to Andover, but the ink has hidden the destinations of his other trips. I know from Mrs. Marbury that he went to Churston. I just have to show that he went to Bexhill, and I will have proved that he was present at all the crime scene. Did Cust drop it when he opened the window? Or was it Mrs. Marbury while she was cleaning? I have to get the ribbon. How am I going to do it?
Ah. Sincerely, yours, ABC, poor Mr. Poirot.
Something is blocking the...
So...
The ribbon is jammed. The ribbon is jammed.
Thank you. I got that already. So, let's see. What? Oh, come. Can I use this here? No? Ah, now. Alright.
The left-hand heel has been removed.
Now we're talking.
The right-hand heel has been removed.
So. Now. Take it.
Something is blocking the... And here is the ribbon. Let us see if it was indeed used to write the letters sent by ABC. I only need the ink ribbon for my inquiry. All the letters announcing the murders were written on Cust's typewriter.
There it is. The proof. The proof. Search Cust's room. I thought we're done. Or is there more? Ah, look at that.
It's closed.
Well, open it, dude.
This knife is very useful. Who knows? Maybe it never cut anything other than string. Stockings.
Search Cust's room. Okay, but now we're done. I mean, seriously. Oh.
This dark stain. It could be blood, but goodness knows how long it has been there. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
So, where was Cust at the time of the Bexhill murder? It was rented to someone else. And the paper was found in his room. Yeah, he was probably in Bexhill.
The register shows that Cust did not sleep at the guest house on the day of the murder. Where was he? Bexhill. The Bexhill paper reveals it. Cust bought this newspaper in Bexhill on July the 25th. No use continuing the inspection of this room. I've seen all there is to see. Goodbye, Mrs. Marbury. Thank you for your help.
Bye.
Ah, Chief Inspector. I was about to leave.
Good evening, Chief Inspector. Welcome. Please excuse me, I must go to the kitchen. I'll leave the key of Mr. Cust on the counter.
I'm sorry I'm late. I've
That
spent
was
ages with the
creepy. She
Doncaster
turned
police.
around like
And
really
you?
slow.
I have established one fact. On 3 occasions, Cust was at the scene on the day of the crimes.
And the letters were written with his fucking typewriter.
I had best talk to Jack.
Alright. See ya.
It is not the right time.
What?
I had best.
I've listened closely to what you have to say, Poirot. For me, there's no doubt Cust is guilty. Do you have any element that might prove the contrary?
That is what we're going to look for.
Nope.
Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Is Cust guilty? Yes, he is. Was it possible for Cust to have killed the 3 victims? Cust was in Churston on the day of the murder. He was in Bexel of this day and he... was in Andover. Cust was in all the towns on the day of the murders. So, are there any common points between Cust and the killer? So, he sent the letter, ABC guide, and he has the knife. He could have committed these crimes. Come on, the typewriter is the best proof. Is Cust's behavior suspicious? He lied. He keeps the newspapers that talk about the murders, and he had blood on him. Guilty.
The evidence against Cust is overwhelming. His presence at the scenes, the knife, the blood-stained shirt, the ABCs in a box.
C'est vrai. However, the blood Mrs. Marbury saw on Cust's shirt may have been his own. According to his medical records, he suffers from hemoptysis. The murderer cut Sir Carmichael's throat from behind, and the blood spurted outwards. You would expect the murderer's shirt to be stained on the sleeves, not on the buttonholes, yet we see quite the opposite. You would expect the murderer to keep the newspaper articles about his crimes. But Cust's collection starts in Churston, as if it discovered the case rather late.
I agree it's troubling, but it doesn't change my mind. There's small details that we should be able to clear up by questioning Cust.
When can we talk to him?
Doncaster is sending him to us on the first train.
Are they questioning him already?
He says he can't remember a thing.
It's plausible. Doctors say he suffers from absences and amnesia. Mrs. Marbury has confirmed this.
He may have done the murders in an altered state.
A familiar situation.
It's not enough to clear his name. Dr. Thompson insisted that even if you don't know what you're doing, you never commit a murder without wanting to.
Très intéressant. I shall remember that.
Right. I'll go and examine the suspect's room.
Chief Inspector, I took the liberty of removing a few clues to examinatum.
All right, we'll discuss them tomorrow. In the meantime, I'm going to see if you've missed something.
Oh, good luck with that. Alright, and go to Scotland Yard.
To Scotland Yard, please.
New objective, question Cust. Candelabra mustache. These fucking achievements. Alright guys, I think we will end this episode right here. We will talk to him in the next episode, in the final episode, I think. As everything seems to come to an end, I hope there will be no more murders, as I'm pretty sure we have our murderer, but they brought a few really good... Like, Poirot brought a few points that might even indicate he might not be the murderer. The blood one was, like, the blood on the shirt was my personal, okay, he's it. But, obviously, that should not be the blood from his, like, from the victim. Alright, anyway, I will end this episode right here. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit the like button, leave me a comment, don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you in the next episode. See ya.